You can see the cloud leaving the vape, but in seconds, its tiniest particles can begin traveling deep into the most delicate parts of your lungs. The smallest aerosol particles can bypass much of your upper airway protection and continue into the narrowing branches that lead to the lungs' tiny air sacs. At the end of those tiny passages are the alveoli, ultra-thin air sacs where every breath is supposed to deliver oxygen directly into your blood. When that aerosol reaches the alveoli, its chemicals can begin interacting with the thin protective lining that keeps these tiny sacs open and working smoothly. Almost immediately, your immune system can notice something foreign, sending cleanup cells to the area and starting the first wave of inflammation. This is not harmless water vapor. Depending on the product, the aerosol may carry nicotine, ultrafine particles, volatile chemicals, and traces of metals from the device. When these substances contact lung cells, they can disturb normal chemistry and contribute to oxidative stress, placing delicate cellular structures under pressure. Repeated exposure may irritate the airway lining and interfere with the tiny cilia that normally carry mucus and trapped material out of your lungs. If the aerosol contains nicotine, it can cross from the lungs into the bloodstream, turning one local inhale into exposure throughout the body. Once nicotine reaches the brain, it activates reward circuits and increases dopamine, teaching the brain to connect another puff with relief or pleasure. Stressed airway cells can release chemical alarm signals that attract more immune cells, expanding the inflammatory response beyond the original contact point.
In sensitive lungs, irritation may cause the airway wall to swell, increase mucus, and tighten the surrounding muscle, leaving less room for air to pass. Oxygen normally crosses an ultra-thin barrier into the blood, but swelling and extra fluid may lengthen that path and make gas exchange less efficient. One puff does not usually shut down oxygen exchange, but repeated exposure can keep the same delicate lung surfaces under stress, breath after breath. With repeated nicotine use, craving can drive another puff, sending a fresh aerosol cloud through the same airways and restarting the microscopic response. With every repeated exposure, lung macrophages must collect more foreign material, and some particles may remain while the cleanup response continues. When new aerosol arrives repeatedly, irritated tissue may receive less recovery time, allowing inflammatory activity to persist between one vaping session and the next. The effects may not remain inside the lungs. Long-term vaping has also been linked with impaired blood vessel function throughout the body. For teenagers and young adults, nicotine can interfere with developing brain circuits involving attention, learning, mood, and impulse control. As tolerance develops, the same amount of nicotine may feel weaker, encouraging more frequent puffs and repeating the exposure across the lungs and bloodstream. A vape may look simple, but the aerosol can change with the device, liquid, heating power, and even the length of each individual puff. Many modern vapes use nicotine salts, allowing high nicotine levels to feel less harsh in the throat and making repeated inhalation easier. Sweet, fruity, or cooling flavor does not protect the lungs. A chemical that is safe to swallow may behave differently when inhaled into delicate tissue. A disposable device may contain many puffs, but your lungs receive the exposure one inhale at a time, repeatedly along the same branching airways. You may feel normal after a puff, even while aerosol particles are contacting airway cells, because symptoms are not a live monitor of microscopic exposure. After each exposure, airway cells begin repairing themselves, but frequent vaping can deliver a new chemical load before that recovery is complete. As irritation persists and cilia work less efficiently, mucus and trapped particles may remain longer, contributing to coughing, wheezing, or chest discomfort in some users. Nicotine also activates the body's stress response, temporarily increasing heart rate,
tightening some blood vessels, and raising the heart's workload. Using cigarettes and vapes together does not protect the lungs. Dual use can increase toxin exposure and may produce worse respiratory effects than using either product alone. The full long-term picture is still being studied, but repeated vaping keeps the lungs, blood vessels, and brain returning to the same biological stress cycle. Scientists still do not know every long-term outcome, but repeated irritation can keep airway tissue, immune cells, and the lungs' cleaning system under continuing pressure. When vaping stops, no new aerosol enters the lungs, giving normal mucus clearance, immune cleanup, and cellular repair a chance to continue. Cravings, irritability, restlessness, or poor concentration can appear after quitting, but these are temporary signs of the brain adjusting to life without nicotine. A quit plan, control over personal triggers, and support from trained professionals can make it easier to move through cravings without restarting the cycle. The visible cloud disappears quickly, but your lungs still process what reached them. Vape aerosol is not harmless water vapor, and every clean breath avoids another exposure.